Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rutech, and today's topic is Wi-Fi extenders versus Powerline network adapters. It will be talking about the advantages, disadvantages, pros, and cons of both using a Wi-Fi extender over a Powerline network adapter and vice versa. Which of these two you use is really dependent on what you do when using the internet, and I will be explaining how and why you should use one or the other. I will also run some tests on the ones that I myself own. I'll be testing the Netgear WN3000RPv3 and the TrendNet TPL-406E 2K. These two are somewhat similar in their prices, so it's a decently fair matchup. But before we get straight into the video, I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, as it really helps out the channel. Also, if you have any comments or questions as the video goes along, go ahead and drop a comment and I'll try to answer your question as soon as I possibly can. Additionally, before we start talking about these adapters, I'd like to point out that my internet speed is 100 megabits per second, so keep that in mind when we're looking at the numbers of the speed tests that I'll be talking about later on. So let's get straight into it by talking about the Netgear WN3000RPv3 Wi-Fi extender with its specs. So it's a 2.4 gigahertz network, so no 5 gigahertz, you won't get any crazy Wi-Fi speeds. It maxes out at 300 megabits per second, theoretically, and it comes with an Ethernet port, which we'll be using to test the speeds of this extender. Now, setting it up is very easy. So you plug it into your wall, connect to it by either selecting it on your Wi-Fi menu after plugging it in, or plugging it into your computer via an Ethernet port, and then putting in the password to your Wi-Fi network. And then it becomes your Wi-Fi extender just like that. It's also fairly compact. It's only 2.6 by 2.1 inches and is less than 2 inches thick. It plugs straight into any outlet of your choice and boots up in less than 30 seconds. If you want to move it to another outlet, you won't have to set it back up. It just needs time to start back up and regain connectivity, and it'll be ready to use again. Now, it has an Ethernet port, which we'll be using for the purposes of this video for the speed tests. So if you want the full consistent connectivity from this adapter, I highly recommend that you use it. So now for the tests. I tested this adapter two different ways, by running a simple internet speed test on both Google and Ookla speedtest.net, and then I played some rounds of Call of Duty to see how consistent the connectivity is by monitoring the frequency of ping jumps and packet losses. So here are the results of the Netgear WN3000RPv3 speed tests. They're pretty decent. I mean, unless you're downloading or uploading something and need it done very quickly, I wouldn't say that these are terrible results. Now, my internet connection is 100 megabits per second, so this pretty much cuts it in half, but I'm fairly distant from my Wi-Fi router, so this is still all right. Additionally, as the Google speed test says, this speed should be able to handle multiple devices streaming HD video at the same time, so it's a pretty strong connection. Now let's get on with the next device, which is the TrendNet TPL-406E 2K. Here's how it works. You have one connected to your router via an Ethernet cable, which is how the signal is sent. The internet then somehow travels through the power lines and comes out the other end wherever you have the other adapter plugged in. What's great about this is the boot up time is almost immediate. You plug it in and don't have to wait for it to connect to the Wi-Fi like the Netgear adapter does. Since the signal is already running through the power lines, once you plug it in, you're immediately connected. It's very similar to an Ethernet connection in that respect. Essentially, it means you have a wired connection to the internet. Now, this doesn't exactly mean it's 100% Ethernet, as power lines were obviously not made or optimized for internet connections, but they still have some sort of ability to do so anyway. Now for the speed tests. Alright, so these results are almost half of what the results were for the Netgear Wi-Fi adapter. This download upload speed isn't terrible. I mean, you can still watch HD videos, play video games and all that stuff, but if you're downloading a game or something big, you obviously will have to wait a while, as this speed isn't optimal for that type of thing. However, although this speed isn't on par with a Wi-Fi adapter, it completely makes up for it with its consistent connection. While playing video games on this adapter, I rarely ever get any interruptions, ping jumps, packet losses, or any of that. It is smooth the whole way through. Unlike the Wi-Fi adapter, you are essentially directly routed to the router, giving you an uninterrupted connection to your internet. With the Wi-Fi adapter, not only do you have to worry about common inconsistencies of wireless internet, but other people using the Wi-Fi is also a factor. If you have someone else in the house watching videos, FaceTiming, or playing video games, that may mess with your connection, as it may take up some of the bandwidth of the Wi-Fi signal. If you're playing video games, that is especially problematic. Now in conclusion, which you choose is completely up to what you do on the internet. If you play video games, use the TrendNet outlet adapter, or any outlet adapter for that matter. You'll have a consistent connection and won't have to worry about any interruptions or ping spikes. Internet speed isn't essential to gaming, as most games recommend a minimum of only 3 megabits per second. If you only use the internet for things like watching videos, FaceTiming, or conference calls, homework, downloading big files, or something that won't be ruined by a small hiccup in connection, go for the Wi-Fi adapter. It'll download things a lot faster. Since I have both, here's what I do. When I'm playing video games, I simply use the outlet Ethernet adapter. When I'm doing anything else, such as uploading a video or downloading an update for a game like Modern Warfare, which usually has big 20 or up gigabyte updates, I use the Wi-Fi adapter. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you like the content you're seeing, drop a sub, really helps out the channel. If you like the video, drop a like, and if you have any comments or questions, drop one right below, and I'll try to get to you as soon as I possibly can. Thanks for watching, peace out.